Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. The SAG Awards are this Sunday. This is going to be my winners predictions video. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like. It's free to do so. Helps me out a lot. But let's get to our first award, which is going to be Cast in a Motion Picture. What's great about the SAG Awards is that this is the second to last award show of the awards season. And then next week, we have the Oscars. My Oscar predictions will be next week, early next week. So get hyped for that. Get excited. We're almost done with this award season. You know, these award seasons go on for too long. They should end in February, not in March in my eyes. But for Cast in a Motion Picture, I feel like, there's some really great casts here. But I feel like The Brutalist should have got nominated right here. It's kind of stunning how it didn't get nominated. It's shocking, man. I felt like that ensemble did so much work and did such a great job. We all know what we could take out of this category to put The Brutalist here, and it starts with an E, man, and it ends with an S. So yeah, we're not going to talk about that one. Complete Unknown, great ensemble. Wicked, another great ensemble. But right here, I think it's down to Anora or Conclave. And what's cool about Anora is that if it wins, I think it's almost locked up to win Best Picture at this year's Oscars. If Conclave wins, I think it maybe makes the race a little bit more interesting. But at the same time, I feel like Anora's just won enough awards. It's won DGA, PGA, all those fun awards. So yeah, I really do think that Anora should win, and I think it will win. Just because Anora's ensemble seems to work as an ensemble where if you took one person out, you wouldn't have the same movie. Your movie just wouldn't be as good. Conclave, I feel like if you took a person out, I feel like you'd still have kind of the same movie. So I'm going to go for Anora. I think it's very deserving. That ensemble is terrific. Female actor in a leading role. We can eliminate some people here. It's probably going to be Maggie Madison or Demi Moore. I'm probably predicting Demi Moore. I'd want to be Mackie Madison, but I think Demi Moore will win just because this is the SAG Awards, and Demi Moore has been in this league, and she's been acting for so long. I think she's just deserving all these awards for this role. So I think Demi Moore for The Substance will win this one. Now for male actor in a leading role, also, again, I feel like we can eliminate some obvious ones. It's either going to be Adrian Brody or Timothée Chalamet for Complete Unknown. Two of my favorite performances from last year. I loved both of them in each of their respective roles. Timothée Chalamet, he did so much to become Bob Dylan, did the voice, learned all the songs. I think he sang them live on set. And, it's just such a terrific performance, but also he's been nominated so many times. I do wonder if he's ever going to win because he hasn't been winning a lot of awards. I've been wondering if he's going to make the competition a little bit more of a competition, but it's basically been Adrian Brody winning. I do wish that A Complete Unknown had been some more emotional sequences. His character does kind of get mad. Bob Dylan gets kind of mad, but he never really gets those heavy emotional sequences. There's like one emotional sequence where he gets into a fight with some guy at a bar. That's kind of it. Adrian Brody, though, on The Brutalist. If you haven't seen The Brutalist, I do not want you to comment on this one. But if you have, you know what I'm talking about. This guy is absolutely insane in The Brutalist. Adrian Brody kind of steals the show, and it's literally his own movie for the first half until some other characters do get there. And I know there's some people whining in the comments, oh, the AI, Brutalist AI. Oh my God, man. No one knows anything about the AI, and they've come out and clarified it's for some vowels. And you know what a vowel is? It's literally nothing, man. A vowel is hardly anything. A vowel's pronunciation used with AI is nothing to be like crying about. I don't know why people are crying about it. I just don't understand it. But Adrian Brody, he's done so much. I think he deserves it just for the scene where they walk out of the Marble Mountains and there's a piece missing out of the mountains after what happened to Laszlo Toth the last night. That's one of the best scenes of last year in my eyes. Now for the supporting roles, I'm going to go through these pretty fast because we all know who's winning. The supporting roles have been pretty obvious. The people have been sweeping. Zoe Saldana is probably going to win. Do I think that she deserves it? No, I'd probably give it to Ariana Grande for Wicked, but Zoe Saldana has been sweeping, so she's probably going to win. Male actor in the supporting role, Kieran Culkin for Real Pain is probably going to win. I loved him in the role. I think he's great, but it just feels like the same thing that he's done. And I do kind of think that Jesse Eisenberg is kind of better in the movie in my eyes, and I think they're both supporting. So for this one, I'd want Yura or Jeremy Strong to win, but I do think Kieran Culkin will take that. Now into the television stuff, ensemble and a drama series. I'm gonna go pretty fast for this. I think we're gonna know who's gonna win all these ones. I'm gonna take Shogun on that one. Female actor drama series. probably going to be Anna Sawai, who I loved, but it's the SAG Awards, so maybe the long running actress, Kathy Bates, might win, but Anna Sawai just did so much. Male actor, it's going to be Hiroyuki Sanada. Shogun's been sweeping, deservedly so. Ensemble in a comedy series. Comedy series is where it gets kind of interesting because there's a lot of winners right here that do deserve to win. There's a lot of nominees here where it's like, oh, maybe 50% went that way, 20% went that way. I do kind of, I see a situation where Hacks could take it. Hacks has been really popular, and I think the Abbott and the Bear just have been splitting way too much. So one of them just gonna continue losing. But you know, for this one, I'm gonna take a ballsy choice. I'm gonna take Shrinking. The season 2 was just fantastic last year, and I think a lot more people are discovering it, rightfully so. I watched it since the first episode came out, that first season. It's a wonderful show. So I'm gonna take Shrinking. Female actor in a comedy series. I'm gonna take Lisa Kolan Zayas for The Bear because she had that fantastic episode that last season. But also, Jean Smart has been winning a lot, but I'm still going to take Lisa Kolanzayas for The Bear. Now for a male actor in a comedy series, this one is kind of the most interesting for me. Ted Danson, I've seen a lot of hype for him in that role. Jeremy Allen White also always wins. Adam Brody was great and Nobody Wants This. But this one, I'm also going to shake it up. I'm going to take Harrison Ford for Shrinking season 2. He had just so many great emotional moments this season. His character is going through a lot. And the last episode, he has one of the greatest scenes and one of the greatest, performances I've seen from Harrison Ford. If you haven't gone on to Shrinking season 2, go watch it, man. That last episode with him was so emotional. Now for a female actor in a movie or a limited series, right here, I feel like it's between two of them, or maybe three, with Jodie Foster, Jessica Gunning, and Kristen Milioti for The Penguin. I do not know where they're gonna go right here. This is actually a really hard one too, because I would either go with Jessica Gunning or Kristen Milioti. Jodie Foster's terrific, but I don't think that season of True Detective was that great compared to the other ones. Between Jessica Gunning and Kristen Milioti, I think I'm gonna go with Jessica Gunning. She's been winning a lot, and they're both very terrifying roles about like villains. One of them is a fictional villain. One of them is a real life stalker that Richard Gaddy made a TV show on, and that was a very stressful show to watch with her. Like, she was terrifying. Jessica Gunning gave one of the best performances last year. I love Kristen Milioti, but I'm gonna go with Jessica Gunning right there. But for our Penguin lovers, me included, as much as I loved Richard Gadd and Baby Reindeer, I'm gonna be going with Colin Farrell for the Penguin. He's just turning into the Penguin. I swear, by the end of Colin Farrell's life, I think everyone's going to think his best role was the Penguin. For me, not really. I love him as the Penguin, but I still think his best role was Banshees of Inisherin. But him and the Penguin was awesome, man. He did so much for us to love him and then to hate him by the end of it. He was great. Now onto our last two awards, which is going to be the stunt categories. I love it. I love that SAG celebrates stunts. The Oscars need to get on that. For stunts in a motion picture, a movie, it's easily going to be The Fall Guy right here. The other movies did great stunts, but The Fall Guy is literally about stunts. It's a movie that made Hollywood, look at stunts a little bit clear, get the talking going between, Hollywood and producers and stuff like that, stunt guys, for that Best Stunt Oscar. So we might be getting a Best Stunt Oscar in a couple of years. I hope so. But The Fall Guy kind of started that conversation, and I really enjoyed that movie. It was such a fun watch in theaters. So I'm going to go for The Fall Guy on that one. Then Stunt Ensemble in a television series. All these are pretty deserving. They all have a pretty decent amount of stunts. None of them kind of outshine the other one. Maybe The Boys, but I'm still going to go with Shogun here, as it is the best television show in this category, and it did a lot of great stunts, including the sword fights and all the katanas and all that. It's such a great show. So I'm going to go with Shogun, but those are my SAG predictions. I hope you guys did enjoy. Also, leave your own predictions down below in the comments. I'd love to see how many you get right, how many I get right. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Come back for more, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.